What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman and Ben Rasa here for Awesemo.com, and we are back with the breakfast menu served up by No House Advantage. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. We are here for Game 2. But we're also here to talk a little bit about No House Advantage. Whether you're playing NBA, MLB, NFL, or PGA, you can compete for cash prizes, but you don't have to worry about fantasy points. We're talking about player props. And we're certainly going to be giving some here, including our sides at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get a $20 instant match deposit bonus on that first deposit. That's free money. You can't beat it, but you can beat your friends and not the house. Download the app in the App Store. Check out No House Advantage today. My tennis picks didn't go very well. Appreciate you guys not watching that one yesterday. That helps me out tremendously. Fed is done. Joke just dominated, but didn't dominate enough. And then you are entering with a 3-0 Monday from Game 1 in the NBA. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Needed it. Yeah, clean that plate. My tennis bets are pending. So I think I'm on a nice little streak here. It was, I will say, we've said this several times in this video. The injury news is shocking. I would have told you there was like a 5% chance that Giannis played in Game 1, and I would have told you if he played, he would not look like that. That was truly stunning. It helped my lines, and that is part of the reason I went 3-0. But for you, I'm sure you would have bought out of a couple of those if you had the chance.
Yeah, the Drew Holiday over 23.5 points prop, not looking all that great when Giannis gets ruled in. I would take whatever I can get out of that. Basically, he drops, like 6 real points as a projection heading into it. But that was the only loss. I have Bucks to win the series, which obviously doesn't feel all that great, but it's not like I expected them to sweep. So a loss was inevitable. And then I hit the Chris Middleton over in threes, which I probably wouldn't have bought out of just because he's going to keep shooting threes, whether Giannis is there or not. I don't really see the impact, but yeah, Drew Holiday wasn't going to score any more points. Either way, look, it's a loss. It happens. We're going to move forward. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to pick them up today with the W's, but it is up to you. Considering you cleaned your plate on Monday, would you like to go first or second?
I'm going to go second. I'm going to keep it strategic.
All right. Well, I've been taking dumps on this dude for the past couple games, and he has been going the opposite direction. So let's try this again. Chris Paul under 21.5 points, minus 102. He's been shooting the absolute lights out over the past couple games. I don't expect that he continues to shoot 61% from 2 and 73% from 3. Seems a little bit like an outlier for Chris Paul. I got him projected for 19.2 points in 38 minutes. I think they're going to adjust Lopez's drop coverage, keep him up a little bit higher, make Chris Paul either get a hand deeper into his face or make another decision, make another pass. That's at least my hope. If they continue to run just Bobby Portis out there with no Giannis and no Lopez, then Chris Paul is going to go over 21.5 points in a quarter because he is going to roast those dudes. They're going to have to make that change, and I think that impacts Chris Paul's scoring for this one. Third best expected ROI prop from the points props on OddsShopper. So at least OddsShopper in line with me.
Do you have any interest? There is a 22.5 out there. It's a little more juice. Yeah. Did you look at that potentially?
I did. It was, if I'm remembering correctly, this was like an hour ago that I looked at it. That was in like the minus 125, minus 130 range.
121. But yeah.
Okay. I would still rather have. I'll take the extra point and the 20 points of juice or whatever it was.
Yeah, fair enough.
What do you think?
It's close. I like the prop. I'm on your side. I almost used this one. It didn't make the cut, but if I had to do say 5 picks, definitely would have been in there.
Okay.
It's pretty close. I think I'd probably take the 22.5, but I don't have a strong take. It's just a simple math equation that we could do. And that's one of the many things we do behind the paywall in Slack, getting those calculations. All right, my first pick. I don't feel great about it, but at the same time, as I say often, the lines dictate it. Chris Middleton, under 25.5 real points. Minus 107. I look across all the sites. We've got some minus 125s, minus 120s, minus 115s, and we got a minus 107. And it's a situation, he almost played the entire game. And it's not to say that that's going to lessen. He's going to be playing major minutes, but Giannis only took 11 shots. I think we're going to see him more and more active. Middleton shot well, particularly from three. He played well. He still, I think he had 29 points in that game one, so it was in range. And I think kind of this is a situation, it's just a line. This is a pretty fair number. I don't think there's extreme value. Oh, this should be way lower, but it's a situation that I do lean under. And when I'm basically getting a coin flip, I'm laying minus 107 to win one strip bacon. I feel good about that. So looking at the game, I'm not going to get too technical with the analysis. I just think that if all the other lines are over this is a hanging line, and I wouldn't be stunned in the least to see this line long gone well before tip.
Yeah, I looked at that as well. So you and I are looking at the same stuff out of the gate. I'm curious if you looked at my next pick, another single strip of bacon. One strip of bacon on everything that I'm doing today, by the way, just in case I didn't say it. Giannis Antetokounmpo over 4.5 assists, minus 105. I have him projected for 5.5 in 36 minutes. He had 4 in game one, so it wouldn't take a lot to just get over that number. And I'm just kind of hoping that he knocked a little bit of the rust off after missing 2 games. He looked good. The straight line stuff was fantastic. The side-to-side stuff a little bit less so. I'm hoping that he can be a little bit better here. I assume they start to take the shackles off a little bit more as we get into game 3 and game 4, because there's a lot of time in between games. The next game now, they get the extra day off. We play Sunday and then Wednesday. So today, I think that he's still pretty tame, 36 minutes. But I just assume that he's a little bit more comfortable out on the floor. And if Milwaukee's going to stay in this series, they'll need a little bit more out of Giannis, whether that's shooting, creation, etc. They don't have a lot of time left after dropping game 1. So 4.5 assists doesn't seem like a high mark for Giannis.
I've backed Giannis in some assist props from I guess middling results, but it's usually we've seen in the past 5.5, and he was clearing that. So 4.5, I have no problem with that. I'm going to a guy that I've been backing here and there. Talk about middling success. He was terrible in game 1, but I'm going over 15.5 points, rebounds, assists for Jay Crowder. This is a line that, again, I see 17.5 at most books, but there is a 15.5 minus 115 out there, so nothing crazy in the juice department. And yes, he had 1 point in game 1. He was 0 for 8, 0 for 5 from 3, but he still played 33 minutes. He had 9 rebounds. And again, this is the type of guy, of course, do I want like 10 real points? Yeah, that would make it fantastic and a lot easier to get there. But I still have additional outs. If he has another bad shooting game and he gives me 5 points, 6 points, he can chip in with a couple assists. He's obviously rebounding well. There's a lot of ways to get there. This is just a number where I'm stealing 2 full, whatever you want to call it, points, rebounds, or assists. And that's going to take advantage. So at minus 115, this is an easy over for me. Just needs to shoot better. You can't be going 0 for 8 from the floor.
No, and I like that one too. Dario Saric out for the next year with a torn ACL. They did go to some Jay Crowder at the 5 lineups in game 1, and I expect them to do that again today because Jay Crowder at the 5 is going to be better than Frank Kaminsky. So I think there's even a little bit of more minutes upside for you on that one. So kudos on Crowder.
He needs all the minutes the way he is shooting, but he can do that. Like I said, he reminds me, PJ Tucker. Sometimes I do these points, rebounds, assists, and you're not going to get 20 points from him, but he could chip in with a couple of this, couple of that. It really shrinks the value, gives you a lot of room to clear the prop.
This one's a little bit different for me. I haven't done any props like this before. And you mentioned that when you started saying your second guy wasn't very good in game 1, I thought you were going a different direction. My guy was not good in game 1 either. I'm going to Drew Holiday to not double-double at minus 150. I have him projected for 18 points and 7.5 assists. He's played 19 games in the playoffs so far and has double-doubled in 6 of them. That is not the same sort of rate as minus 150. It would be like minus 210 juice-free. So I'm getting a better number than just what he's been doing. He hasn't been playing well. Giannis is back. The double-double for Drew just doesn't feel likely here. Although if the Bucks win, kudos, and I hope that they do. I'm getting a better number than I thought that I would have been getting on this bet. And I think there's some synergy with my Giannis bet. If Giannis is getting more assists, Drew Holiday just simply isn't getting those assists. There's only going to be so many assisted baskets. Now, that's marginal, obviously. They don't have to take away from each other. But if I think that Giannis gets a couple extra assists in this spot, I'm going to have a hard time thinking Drew gets to 10. And then if he gets there on rebounds, congratulations, Drew. I just didn't expect that one to happen. Yeah,
I really hope it steals. I have no problem with that. That was not even on my radar. Didn't look at anything like that. But again, that speaks to the importance. We talk about this all the time in our premium Slack chat. there's two different things. It's identifying guys and positions that you want to take, and then it's pairing the right bet with them. There's a lot of ways to structure a bet like that. You could have bet under his assist number. You could bet under points, rebounds, assists. But to you, the best value is not to double-double. Those are all correlated bets, but the juice on that one, I feel like you're saying is the best value.
Yeah, because for me, I have him projected for 7.7 assists, which means that in theory, there's obviously like a percentage point or 2 or 3 of him getting that double-double based on rebounds. If he gets it on steals and blocks, that's just a really cool game. I don't really care.
Blocks, yeah, that's it.
The opposite side of that assist prop is going to be way worse than a minus 150. And I guess in theory, I could still get there if he doesn't get to 10 points. That's just as much on the table, I guess, as the rebound piece. It would just be bigger than minus 150. So it looked a lot better to not double-double for me.
I like it. So my last prop is also one that I haven't done for obvious reasons, because this is just a weird prop. To win one strip of bacon, I want to kind of talk through this with you, because I don't particularly, I think like most, after seeing game one, the Suns are the likely winner of this series. It's not over by any stretch, but I see them in the market at like minus 300 to win the series. I have no interest in doing that. Chris Paul to win MVP is minus 150 though. And to me, it's starting to correlate pretty hard that if the Suns do in fact win this series, Chris Paul is going to be the MVP. So in a way, I'm kind of taking a position on the Suns to win the series at minus 150. That's how I'm kind of justifying this. I think that another really effective game from Chris Paul, and he's going to kind of solidify himself as the guy if the Suns win. Now, if the Bucks win the series, that's fine. I lose this bet, of course, but I'm not laying the minus 300 that you would have to take to back the Suns. So the way I look at game one, he's been so good. Obviously in the closeout game against the Clippers, there's a lifetime achievement element to it as well. I think Chris Paul at minus 150 is capturing almost all of the Suns to win this series value.
Quick question for you. Do you have those props up right now?
In terms of what?
The odds for MVP, because I haven't looked at them. I obviously I'm with you on the logistics of taking Chris Paul over a Suns series line. I want to know what Ayton is. I know we're doing this live on a recorded video, but I'm just curious what Ayton's line is.
So I can tell you right now, because that was so just to kind of speak through it as I pull this up, that was the one guy. But if Ayton's going to go flirt with 20 and 20 every game, more power to him. Ayton is 10-1.
Okay. That's about what I was thinking. I like that too. That'd be something where I put like a bite of bacon on it. It's not a formal pick. I just wanted to know the number. Get a little bit extra here today. I got an extra side of sausage.
Wow, I respect that. Ayton 10-1, Booker 4-1.
Yeah, I would not touch the Booker one.
No. I mean, listen, when you're talking about 10-1, that's a different mindset. Obviously, I'm looking for the obvious. I think it's pretty clear that if the Suns win, more likely than not, Chris Paul is going to be the MVP.
I completely agree.
And I'm just going to kind of take a position on the Suns to win the series in a way and say, all right, let's see what we can do. And if they don't, I don't lose 3 units, 3 strips of bacon. I only lose 1.5.
3 picks for each of us. The breakfast menu is completed, but we still have to serve up our sides of no house advantage. And because I went first, I know that I'm probably going to beat you to the same prop. This one was very easy to me. Although, well, you could have one or the other. There are 2 very obvious pieces of this one, but give me Bobby Portis under 9.5 rebounds. I have him projected for 3.7. I don't get the sense that I need to say anything else after that. He's not going to get, if he gets 9.5 rebounds, it's because Giannis got hurt. Just like
the last time we did game one, talked about the opposite of this. Bobby Portis clearing the rebounding mark. The only way that wasn't going to happen is Giannis played. He did. Bobby Portis under 9.5 rebounds is where I went as well. It's a lock, barring injuries. It's simple as that.
There it is, everybody. That was pretty easy to me. I'm looking to get back to my winning ways. I am hoping that you also continue your winning ways. It's nice when we're both winning. Double high fives if that's what we're doing. I have no idea. I can't really see you. I've got crap on my screen.
I was doing more like a rocket ship, but yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
High fives.
Speaking of rocket ships, we'll see if there's additional audio at the end of this video. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
There's a lot of things, but we don't have time for all of them. I will say quickly, as always, we've got you covered tomorrow. A little MMA. We're going to bring on a special guest to help break down McGregor and Poirier. We've got you covered for there. Hit that like button. If you have any questions, any comments, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on the YouTube. We're loving the feedback. We're loving the support from this breakfast menu. I am going to try to make it two straight clean plates. We've never done that, so I've got that opportunity. Enjoy game 2. We've got some fun features coming up for the finals here at Awesemo, so stay tuned for that as well.
There it is, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. One last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. We'll be back again tomorrow with some MMA. Good luck tonight. Go Bucks again.
Go Suns. I don't even like the Suns, but why not?
Coming in hot. I am coming in not. I'm coming in like Fed came out of Wimbledon yesterday.
Coming in hot on a cum rocket. And before you wonder what that is, just Google it.
Don't Google it at work.
No. Well, you know what? Crypto's crypto.